We're going to take a look at ChatGPT and a great way that you can use it to get some leads and some extra stuff coming your way so that you can make extra money and be able to get people in front of you better as a real estate agent. This can be used for anything though. We're going to take a look at how to create your own book in ChatGPT and then how to show you how to publish it instantly on Amazon. And all this is free, no charge, and this is going to be there to help you out and get you going. So the first thing you need to do is have a free ChatGPT account. This says 4.0, but it works fine on the 3.5. It doesn't matter. You can use the free one. And then you want to download the Google Chrome or the Microsoft Edge. Um, Either one works. You have to have in Chrome or Edge to have this plugin, this prompt. And it's called AI PRM. So you're going to search AI PRM in Chrome or Edge, and you're looking for this one right here, AI PRM for ChatGPT, and then you're just going to install the prompt. Follow the steps, go through it simple, very easy, and then it's installed. And then you're good. You don't need to worry about it. Once you have it installed and you're ready to go, it'll look like this with all these boxes. And then here in this section right here, where my cursor is blinking, you're going to put in the word book. So what this does, just so you guys know before I get ahead of myself, what this does, it lets you go through and it has 4,911 prompts already pre-written for you. Because remember, ChatGPT is all about the right prompt. So then this can be written, like if you want to write an article to rank on Google, right here, boom, you hit this button, you put in the article title, it's good to go. But we're not going to do that. We're going to be writing a book. So I'm just going to put in the word book, and it's going to pop open. And I want this one, write a complete book in one click. So I'm going to click on that, and then it opens up, you see down below. Now it just needs what topic do I want to write the book on. And to make it very simple, I'm going to share this link down below. Here is a bunch of different topics. This is for real estate, of course. Here's listing books, and here's buyer's books. And I gave you, I don't know, a whole bunch, like 20, 30 of each. So you should easily be able to, I think it's about 40 or 50 total. So you should have plenty of chances to just pick the one you want. I love to work with buyers, so I'm going to grab this book right here. And you want to grab the whole prompt. Okay, it's very important. Where it says unlocking the door to your new home, no money down, written as a human, able to pass an AI with a detector with an 80% score. You have to make sure you put in all the pieces in there, because when you put it out there, ChatGPT and everyone else in Google now, when you write something, it's checked with an AI detector. You want to be able to pass with the highest score you can do. I'll even change it to 90% score. It doesn't matter. Anything at least 80% or better, most people pass it. So if I do 90, I should be able to hit 80. And then I have it right here, and then I'm good to go. And then I just hit the start button. And as you can see, when it starts loading, it gives me 15 chapters. And then it even gives me an introduction, as it's going to say introduction, the dream of home ownership. That's the first chapter. And it's going to go through and write the whole thing for me, as you can tell. And it's very simple. It's very interesting. Of course, I'm glancing at it real quick as it writes it to make sure that it's not crazy. Want to make sure that it's some good actual information. So that's one of the things. Once you have it all written, we'll talk about that in a minute, and it's all done. You do need to make sure it's not crazy and that it's written correctly and everything else. So I'm waiting for 1 second for it to finish the first chapter, and there it is going on to chapter 2 already. All right, so it wrote the first section. ChatGPT can only write so much each time. So it's going through writing the whole thing out. It goes through and writes the whole thing out. I'm going to go to the bottom here, click on these two squares. I'm going to copy this section, and I'm going to hit continue generating. It's very important to let it finish what it's doing before you hit continue generating or continue. And then it's going to keep going. While it's writing that section, I'm going to bring up Microsoft Word, and I'm going to paste in the first part that it already gave me. So I'm already down here ready to go on page 7. It's already written me 7 pages of my book. And then I'm just going to close out Microsoft Word, and then I'm just going to let it keep going. And as you see, it continues to go to the next section, which is great. Let's see which chapter we're on. So we're on chapter 3. Looks good. I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to continue. And then we're on chapter 4. So as you can see, as it's doing that, what am I doing? I'm coming back here. I'm just pasting directly. I was at the end of page 7. So now I'm down here on page 15. So I'm going to jump back up here to page 7. Oh, it's on page 7 again. It looks like it just repasted. Sometimes you have to pay attention because it'll try to repaste everything again. because it gets a little confused if you're going too fast like me. So then here, I'm good to go. I'm going to go back up to this other section that I had, because here was chapter 4, and it stopped there, and I continued writing. So now I'm going down to wait for it to rewrite. And then I'm going to do this, copy in every single section that it writes, or I can just wait, let it write the whole thing, and then hit Control A. It will highlight the whole page, everything, and then I can paste that into my Microsoft Word as well. Either way works, whichever way you want to copy each section, do the whole thing at once, and put in your Word. The main thing is to get it into your Word as one big document. We're not going to just sit here and wait for it to continue writing because that gets boring. So I'm going to pause it, and then we'll get back there when we get it all written out. All right, so we've gone through, I've cut and pasted everything in there, gotten it taken care of. Then I'm going to go through, of course, and clean up this Microsoft Word doc. I'm going to show you some of the easy ways you can use to clean up your Word doc without going through the whole thing really quick. You see I have these pound sign, double pound signs, all these different things in here. Sometimes there's some triple pound signs. I don't want any of that in there. So I want to make sure I check it out. So the first thing I'm going to do here at the top, I'm going to click replace, and then I'm going to find the pound signs. So first I'll just do the 1, and I'm just going to leave replace with blank, and then I hit replace all. So it just changed all those. See, now they're all gone. They're all boom, good. So now I have none of those to worry about, none of those pound signs. I'm going to hit replace again, and instead of 1, I'm going to do 2 pound signs, replace all those. Okay, it took care of those. Then I'm going to do the 3, replace all those, and made all those done. Let me see what we got now. If you scroll down, you'll see now I don't have any of those weird things, all of it. So I do have some of these, which are your asterisks if you want to call them that, which I do. And then instead of the pound sign, of course, I'm going to grab my little asterisks on my keyboard and put those. Looks like there's 2 of them. I'm going to replace all those. Now they're all gone. And that's the easy way to go through on your Microsoft Word doc and clean it up. I'm just checking real quick, make sure nothing else looks funny. It looks like I got everything else. There's no other weird symbols or anything that ChatGPT likes to throw in there, because I do want it to look clean. I want to make sure it looks good. Now I also want to make sure that I have a table of contents in there, because I don't want to not have a table of contents. Before I show you how to put a table of contents, I hit Control A. If you have a Macintosh or Apple, you hit Command A, and you highlight the whole thing. You want to make sure it's 12 point, and then it's Times New Roman. That's kind of the standard when you're writing a book or anything like that, that people kind of like to see. So I changed it to 12 point Times New Roman. And then up here at the top, where it says like introduction, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click heading. And you can see that changes it to like a strange heading. So we're doing this on purpose so that we're going to turn this into an actual table of contents where people can click and jump around. So in case you want to publish an ebook, you'll have a table of contents built into your ebook. Now the other thing I really want to do is I'm going to go to the top and click Insert. And when I go to Insert, I'm going to go to Page Number. I like mine at the bottom of the page, and I like it on the right side. So now I have a page number at the bottom of every page. That's going to help when you do the table of contents. And now I'm back at the home. So then I'm just going to go right here. I need to know chapter 2. Oh, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to hit Control. I'm going to hit the find again, or Control F, and I'm going to type in chapter 2. And then I'm going to jump to that spot. And this way I don't have to scroll through the whole book trying to change my heading. So that's chapter 2. And then it's very simple up here for me to just go here. And I can hit, Control F again. And then I'm good to go. And then I can go from chapter 2. Okay, I did it, great, I'm off. And I can change it to chapter 3. And then it jumps right there, again, etc. All the way down through 15. I won't make you sit here and watch me do the whole thing. So I'll pause it and come. So I didn't make you watch that horror of going through everyone. So I copied and I just did the search, Control F, jump each one, changed every heading to this heading at the top. So then I want a table of contents, of course. So I'm going to leave that here. This is where I want my table of contents to go. So I highlighted all that. I'm going to go up to the top under Home. You see where I change it to References, and then it says Table of Contents. I like the look of this one, so I'm just going to grab this one and click it. And there it is. Now it's turned my table of contents right there into that. Now, because I have a table of contents, it already says Contents. I don't need that, obviously. And I also, because I have the title of the book right here, I'm going to copy that and put it up here as part of a header. So all I did was I double clicked at the top of my, I'm gonna see I deleted that out of there. Now my content is at the top. All I did was double click at the top, because when you have a page number, you can also put a header in there as well. And then when I double click at the top, it opens up the header, and that makes it so every page, this is now kind of quiet. It's in the the top of every page. It's kind of quietly there, looking good, nothing, not bad at all. And then I can check every section, and I can see there's only one space between everything. Good to go. Now, if you're worried, it is not double space, it's single space right now. So I could also highlight it. I can come up here. I can do it 1.5 space if I want. I can double space it. If I like to sometimes go through and remove the space after the paragraph, so it means that it's a little bit tighter together. See right here, it only does it like that instead of having so much big space between everything. It just depends on what your editing profile is. Now, once I change it and I like it, if I go up here, I just hit update the table, and I want to update the entire table. And there it is. And now this page, my book, as you can see, it's a 50-page book. And that literally took me about 30 minutes. It was only 11 minutes on the video, of course, because I paused. But 30 minutes later, I have my whole book ready to go. Now, what are we going to do with this sucker? So we need to do a couple things. First off, I need to get a description for this book, because I can't publish it without a book description. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. I'm going to hit new chat in the top left, new chat. It opens up these boxes where it says book. I'm going to put KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing. And then as you can see with the KDP, Amazon KDP ebook description writer. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to paste my ebook in there and just let it go to town. And there it is. And it's going right through and building me as much as I want. If I can have a long description, this is making me a nice longer one. Whatever. I can make it as soon as long as what I want. And then I could just do right here if I want to, and I do my description. I probably won't take all this because it's kind of a lot. You can see it kind of goes for a bit. I might see how it looks. I might only take right here benefits of having this ebook and what you will gain, because that's a pretty good, simple, solid description. Something like that is all I need. Okay, so I have my description, I have my book, and now I need a cover. So how are we going to get a cover picture? So I like to go, it's called Microsoft Designer. You can do this in Canva, you can get your own one. This just does everything for us. So if I go to Microsoft Designer, you just have to sign up for a free account. So don't worry about anything else, just make a free account in Microsoft Designer, and you hit create. And what am I going to create with it? And I'm going to create is there a book spot here? I'm just going to hit create. I'll just hit create with AI. See, or I could just type it right here. I was going to try to use a shortcut, but it's all good. I'm going to go right here and hit try images or invitation. And I'm going to go here and do a book cover. And there's none of that. So I'm going to say, please make me a book cover for the following title. And then I paste it in. And then I hopefully can make it go right there, make it happen. So since I didn't see anything, if I hit create with AI, it can pop open. I can custom create anything. There's a lot of different stuff you can do. So after showing around a couple of minutes, the easiest way to do this is right here where it says, what do you want to create? I'm going to just type in images, and it's going to open up. And now I can say, okay, what kind of image do I want? I want my image to, like I said before, I'd say, please make me a book cover for the following title. There you go. And then I would hit generate. And the good thing about this is it actually does the whole thing for you. Like in Canva, you have to go grab the pictures, other things like that. This does all that for you, goes through, finds it, tries to make it look good, tries to make it clean it up, does everything. You see right now it's designing, and then it's going to give me some different ideas. So right here, whichever one of these books I like, I kind of like this one. I'm going to go with this one. So then if I like it, I'm going to open it up and uncocking the door. So that didn't work very well. It's just unlocking. Unlocking the door to your new home. So sometimes this is probably the best one with the wording. Unlocking the door to your new home, no money down. Okay, perfect. So if I saw this and I'm like, for this one, for example, I saw it, I'm like, this is okay. I can hit edit if I want to try to play with it some. and then I can change some of the things that they gave it in here. So when I edit it, it gives me other options. I can't change the actual picture, but I can go here if I want to do it right here. I can grab this one. Any of those other ones that I thought maybe I liked, I could change that. But instead, I'm going to kind of go back to the one that was the best spelling. And this is pretty good. Well, it looks like it's spelling no money down. Door to your new, unlocking the door to your new boy. Chat. They're having a hard time today. Unlocking the door to your new home. This one is better, spelt better. Unlocking the door to your new home. No money down techniques. That's pretty nice too. It looks cleaner. The spelling on some other ones were not always the greatest. That's the downside if you don't take your own picture and put it in Canva and build your own. As you can see, this does it for you. I'm trying to show you a new AI, but it's not perfect yet, which is what we have to deal with. But this isn't bad, so I'm going to download it. And I'm just going to download it right here and just throw it in my downloads. And then there it is. Now I got the downloads ready to go. So now I have my book cover. If we like it or not, it's up to you. You could also go to Canva and design it, whatever you want. Just have a book cover. We have our title. We have all that. We have our book written, and we have our description. Now we're ready to go publish it. So you're going to go here to Amazon KDP. As you can see, self-publishing, Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing is the actual one. You have to make a free account. It's part of your Amazon account, so don't worry about it. Just make a free one, and you can do it. And then you see I have a bunch of other books. You're looking for a great role-playing game. Here it is. And you have a bunch of books you can make money from. I make money from my books sometimes. And then here at the top, you're going to hit Create. And you want to start with a paperback, and we'll get through why we do this when we get moving. So we're going to do a paperback. Now I already know my book title, Unlocking Your Door to Your New Home, No Money Down Techniques. If I wanted a subtitle, I want. It's not a series. It's not an edition number. I don't need any of that. The author's name, I'm going to put my name in there. If there's any, anyone contributing to it, I could do that. And then I can have, my description can have up to 4,000 characters. So because of that, I'm going to go back to my ChatGPT. And then right here, if I want to, I can just grab all this. And I'll see how big that looks in the thing here. That looks okay. Okay. That's not bad. So then I can do this here. If you have Grammarly like I do, Grammarly will go through if you pay for extra stuff and change some wording. But it's fine. It's not bad. 864. I still have enough characters left, so it's not bad. So I'll probably keep the whole thing, let people read it. And then like right here, the bird talk about pain points, agitator, solution. And then all these different things. It's kind of interesting, a little different. And then right here, this is a copyright. It's not public domain because you wrote it in ChatGPT. It's yours. They've already had people go to the Supreme Court trying to fight that and everything. And there's no sexually explicit anything like that. So I don't worry about that. I don't have to worry about a reading age. It's going to be in Marketplace. And then I want to choose categories. So this is important to get the right category. So I'm going to talk about business and money. And then I'm looking for real estate. I'm going to be buying and selling homes. I'm going to save that category. And then you want to look at, you can have 2, 4, 7 keywords that would be good for that, that highlight the book's unique traits. So because I just copied that, I'm just going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to grab my book here that I just wrote, and then I'm going to go to the bottom and do this. Please create me. There we go. 7 keywords. That highlight I'll put this book. Book's unique traits. Simple. It would understand if I did it the other way too. And then I'm going to let it go. And here you go. So right here, my unique traits. Unique traits. Having a hard day. I'm going to grab it, throw it in here. Right here, creative financing. And all I'm doing, as you can see, is just cutting and pasting these unique trait words in here, because this is what people might be searching for if they're actually searching for my book. And it's that easy. You just see how quick it is. You just cut and paste the suckers and just drop them in there. And these are everything in here is being talked about in my book. And that's how I can put these as keywords, because they're all part of my book. And that's it. And then we have all the 7 perfect keywords ready to go. And then right here, this is are the same. I didn't publish anything like that. And I'm going to say, when my book's ready, go ahead and release it. So I'm going to hit save and continue. It's going to save this first section. There's 3 sections, so this first one's done. The next one, I want to get a free, you have to have this ISBN number. So I'm just going to get a free one from Amazon. They just grab me one and say, there you go. Now I have my free number. It's black and white. Now I don't want a 6x9. I want an 8.5 by 11 because this is a regular book size. As you can see, I don't want any bleed, any of that. And now I need to upload my manuscript. So what I'm going to do here, now that I have it all set, my contents is all uploaded. Let me get back in the book. I'm going to update my table one more time just to make sure everything looks good. Everything is good. Perfect. I think it looks perfect. Awesome. I'm going to go here, file, save as, and then I'm going to save this somewhere on my computer. I'll just throw it in my downloads for right now. Book, YouTube. And now I have my book saved. So once it's here, I'm going to close it out, of course, because you can't upload it if it's open. I'm going to upload my manuscript, grab my downloads, grab my book. It's better in a doc if you have it in a Word doc. It likes that, or it could be a PDF, anything like that. A Word doc works fine. I could save it as a PDF, but you see it was fine right here. Now, because of this, the book cover, the launch creator, I need to put my book cover, even though I already have my book cover kind of up and ready, they have to use their creator if you don't have one already done. So I'm going to get an image. I'm going to grab it right here from my computer, the one we built at the designer, and then my image is up, and there it is. So I just got to see which one of these I like. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to choose this design. But any one of these are pretty good, actually. But I'm just going to keep it simple and choose this design. And then this is the tutorial. So anything where it has an orange, it's saying, oh, okay, this is not high enough pixels for this book. So this is good that it did that. So I'm just going to open Paint, which is free for most computers. If you just search at the bottom here under the Windows, search Paint, it'll open up. Let me grab Paint. That wasn't Paint. I think this is my Paint. Nope, let me grab Paint then. As you can see, you just grab it like this. And then once Paint pops up, it's here. And then it pops open and you're ready to go. Now what I like to do, let me grab it off my other screen here so you can see it, is I'll hit File, Open, grab my picture that I have in here. It has to be a certain size. So I click this button here, which is the resizer. I like to do pixels. And I think if I helped someone the other day, we have to be like 1800. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm just going to hit Save. And it automatically oversaves it on the other one. So then here I can change my image. So you can resize it here. So right here it's saying it needs to be what? At least 300. So I can do it here too and change that to 300 and see if it takes it. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. So I'm going to close that one out and try to just bring it back in a better way. So let me undo that. I'm going to relaunch the cover because I didn't like the way it turned giant like that on the back end. All right. Let's jump back in. Sorry for the issue we're having, but that's okay. That's part of the whole thing. You can see real life what you kind of go through. All right, I'm going to try this design. Okay, it doesn't like that one because it wants a different design. Let's try this design. All right, now I can change it here as you can see, or I could choose a new cover photo. I'm going to try a different one and try the one I just redid and see if that one's happy with everybody. See, now I'm at 103. I still need to change it a bit. So it says what I need to be 300. I'm going to try to change it a little bit, see if it does that. What is it saying now? Of course, it wants a headshot. I'm going to throw in a headshot. Okay, I was playing with the picture. I didn't want you to see me adjusting. It was kind of boring that way. So what I found out, if you take the picture to make it work, and you go to Paint, and you pull it up, and you go to Pixels, you need it 3200. And then that gives you can see that little orange is gone, and it still looks really clean, and it's good to go. Now I want to do a headshot, so I'm going to click right here. I'm going to grab my headshot from my computer. Being a realtor, of course, we all have a million ridiculous headshots. So I'm just going to grab my headshot and throw that one in there, and I have my headshot in there. Now I can say something about myself. So because of that, I'm going to go here real quick and grab my bio, and I'm just gonna, I'll grab the whole thing and then I'll see what it looks like, and then I can shrink it out and make it work more once I don't want it open the whole time. Again, you just paste it in there, and that's too much, obviously. So I'm going to just undo it, and then I'm going to come back to my bio. I'm only going to grab the first part and throw that in there. And then I might have, and that's not bad. That looks okay for the back of a book. And then it has a description of the book. Remember, we talked about why would we do it? What's the point of the description? I'm going to come back here, grab my book description, and all I want right here is benefits and what you will gain, because this is not as much space as we had before. And there it is. And now my book, as you can see, the cover looks great. It looks clean. It's ready to go. Everything's good. And then I hit preview to make sure I like it and that it looks clean. And I'm happy. I think I am happy with it. So I'm going to let it go through and clean it up. It's updating. Some of these sometimes do take a few seconds to load, which is fine. Everything looks good. Benefits, okay, looks good. All right, I'm going to hit save and submit. And I could change this up a little bit, make more space, make it look cleaner if I wanted to. Whatever I want. And there it is. And now it's, as you can see, now it goes here. My manual's in, my cover's uploaded, good to go. And I said, yes, I did use some tools. The text, I'm going to do some section with exclusive, then I even put right here, ChatGPT. Because all I did was some text. I'm going to go right here, Microsoft Designer. And they don't really care that you use it. It's just so they know what's going on in there. I didn't do any translation. And there we go. And then now you have to do what's called launch your previewer. So what this does is it opens up your book and lets you check it out and make sure it fits on the spine, make sure the pages don't overlap, make sure everything looks clean. And it can take a few seconds to load up. All right, so here's the previewer once you load it up. So here it looks good. I have in the front. If I go to the next, I can see what it's going to actually look like in the book. It looks pretty clean. I like it. Everything, nothing's hanging over the edge. Nothing looks funny. You know, there's no weird stuff going on that I have to worry about. So if it looks good to me, I'm going to go here and hit approve. And then it's going to approve it. And there it is. And now you can see the first part. We're in the second. We have all that done. This is all looks good. We have our cover. Everything is approved. And then I'm going to hit save and continue. And you can see right here, for me to print the book, it's $2 in AI. So translation, I'm going to do none. Okay. And then save and continue. I forgot to click that button. So then you have to say if anything is AI generated. So it would cost me $2.84 to print this book. And that's important in a minute. Because what you're going to do now that you have your book, now it's going to be, actually people can buy it online. You'll see it on there. You know, the minimum is $4.73. The max is $250. Of course, no one would pay $250 for that book. So I might put $5.99. And then it's going to show me every time I sell a book, I'm going to make 75 cents. And then if I want to expand it to all over the world, I can. And if I do that, then it has to be a minimum of $7.99. And then I can expand it. It has to make enough to pay overseas and stuff. So every time someone buys my book at $7.99, I get this little piece every market, because now I'm expanded across the whole United States, everywhere. I mean, all over the United States, but also like Europe, Australia, everywhere you can see, Canada, everything. Anywhere that Amazon touches, and my book is now expanded across. And it's all loaded up, all territories worldwide. I'm good to go. I have it loaded. And I agree to the terms and condition. So it takes up to a day or two to be done. And then I can hit publish. So once I publish my book, it's going to say, thank you, we're reviewing it, and then it's going to publish my book. Once it gets approved, I'm going to order author copies of this book. And see right here, good, your book will be reviewed. So then you can see right here, I can order, once it's loaded up, it'll say, continue setup. I can do whatever I want. And once it's reviewed, as you can see right here for this book in my game, my role-playing game, I can order author copies. If I order a copy, it'll tell you exactly how much it costs to print, which is like this one was $2.99, the one we just did together. So if I know right there for $2.99 or about a little less than that, I can print the book. I can print 100 of them for 300 bucks, and then I have 100 of my books all printed off. And then every time I sit down with a client, they're going to say, what sets you apart from other agents? And you can say, one of the things that I do is I have a published author, and that's what I am. And you're going to sign your name on the back of the book and give it to them as a gift. If you do an open house, you would write a book about, this is home buying, of course. I would do one for home selling. I do one for open houses. I would do one for all those type of different things, opportunities you're going to have to get in front of clients. And then once you're there and you're in front of all those clients making it happen, anyone who comes, you give them a copy of your book. And then people are going to go through and start to buy your books. You have a whole bunch of different books. My wife likes to cook these dishes, so she has Turkish dishes. I have all kinds of coloring books, whatever you want to do. I just do fun things, whatever I'm in the mood for. This is a great way to go through, give your client something they can have physical and touch, and they'll read it, do some review on it. It's their book. You're giving somebody something. In sales, that's called an emotional deposit. You want to give somebody something for free in order to get something back. So you're going to share with them, give them your free book. You're giving them a service. Psychologically, they're going to want to give something back to you, and that's the way sales works. You want to give back, so you have to understand sales when you do this. Hopefully that helps, and you can all be published authors. Like I said, it took me maybe 40 minutes. It was not very long. Even everything going slow, showing you how to do it, while talking you through it and getting my little snafus here and there. It was not even long, less than an hour. And I'm a published author. I could spend an 8-hour day and have 8 to 10 books published about everything about real estate. You can do first-time home buyers. You can do whatever, veterans. You can do investments. You can do how to afford foreclosure. Any type of client you do, you can put in there and do that. Have fun with that. Hope that helps, and we'll talk to you soon.